Well, hello, it's Wednesday, so it must be time for Woolly Hats Wednesday Whips. And here you join me underneath the damson tree again, because it's a nice sunny morning, nice and fresh, not too hot. Lawn's a bit damp. We had a bit of rain during the week, which is great, so things are sort of freshening up a bit, having had a bit of a drying last week. Anyway, and I feel quite freshened up as well. Anyway, so that's enough about me for the moment. Oh, sun. There we go. So what have I been up to? Well, progress on my thing that I virtually undid. So here we go. So I'm more or less back to where I was when I started in December last year. So here's the front. As you can see, I quite like that. You can see the sun shining through the pattern. That's great. So this is the top that I started doing. It's crochet, so it's using a lot of raised treble, and I was using them in the wrong way when I did the centre panel. It looks a lot better now. And there's the side, and I also forgot to do the shaping on one side of the thing, so that's looking quite good. So I've done the front. I'm really nearly at the end of the back, and then I'll be able to start the sleeves. And then there's a nice little sort of, it's not a lacy thing because I'm not really a lacy sort of person, but it is a thing at the bottom which makes it a bit longer. So I'm really progressing with that well. And this is, I've probably said it before, but this is gorgeous wool. It's the Sullivan 4-ply from Ripplescraft, and it's got silk in it, so it is very silky, and the stitch definition is wonderful. You can really see what you're doing, even though this is a dark yarn. And you might have seen my post this week giving a little tip on how to use dark yarn. It's really nice to work on. So those of you who don't know how to use dark yarn, and I might have told you not to use dark yarn, especially if you're beginning, because it is quite difficult to work on. Really what you need is the light from behind you, like that, so you can see what you're doing. And if you haven't got natural light, get a standard lamp and stick it behind you so that you can see what you're doing. Put a white tea towel or cloth or pillowcase on your knee, because then that shows up your work. So if you're trying to work on dark jeans or something like that, then it all melds into one. And the other thing is use some bright stitch markers to mark where you are. Even if you're knitting, you can do that, and you can do that with crochet as well. So don't be put off by doing dark yarns, but I would still advise beginners not to use dark yarns. So there we go. What else? So here we go. This is my sock. I've got to the heel flap. I've done the heel flap. I'm on the shaping the gusset. We all know about shaping the gusset, don't we? So I'm doing that. So that's my little plodding along thing. I had an appointment with a physio yesterday, and it was at 3:45, and I thought, oh, they'll be running late, being in the afternoon. Got there, I took my sock out, and they were exactly on time, so I didn't have any chance to knit my sock. Anyway, so other things that you might or might not be interested in. On the wacky side, we, as you know, some of us know, you may know, I've got an allotment, and we grow courgettes every year, and we've learnt from experience that if you leave them too long, they become very big. So last week, before we went down to Welshpool for the week, I picked all the little courgettes, and they were lovely, fried in olive oil with garlic to have with some grilled pork chops. And when we came back, we found this and 2 others like it in a week. I can't believe I didn't pick them when I was there. I looked very, very carefully. Anyway, so I'm brushing out my courgette recipes. I think this one is destined to be grated, and I'll put some of it in the freezer, but some of it I'll make into a nice courgette cake. Mr. W gets a bit fed up of courgettes, so I have to surreptitiously put them in, which I think is a shame, because it's quite nice to have courgettes. Because courgettes, anyway, if you've got any nice courgette recipes, then please let me know. That would be useful. Other things. Date for the diary. On the 20th of August, there's going to be a pop-up wool show in Port Sunlight at Hume Hall. And I've been there before. It's quite a nice little show. It's not too big. It's in the hall, and you can wander around. They did actually have one last year, which is very exciting. They have lots of local people, and people come from a bit further afield. And they have quite a nice selection of hand-dyed wools from other places, but also a few other linked crafts to woolly crafts. So this is, I bought these 2, I think, the last time I went. This is from a company called Coastal Colours, who are based in Fleetwood, and they do a lot. They do a lot of the organising for. No, that's not from there. That's Pigment and Ply. But this one I got from Coastal Colours, and they do lots of. They have hundreds of bits of wool, and it's very tempting to buy. I haven't actually bought any wool since February. So there you go. And I went into Waterstones and only picked up the book I'd ordered. I didn't buy an extra. So this is Teeswater and Wensleydale. Very nice, luscious colour, lovely colour. I like that colour. I've got a cardigan in that colour. This is double knit. They have lots of 4-ply and lots of interesting colours. So that's at the pop-up wool show in Port Sunlight on the 20th of August. So I hope to be going along. I might even have some spaces in my car if anybody wants to come with me. So this one is Pigment and Ply. And I got this from a lovely wool shop in Ingleton. So if you're going to Ingleton for your holidays, there's a lovely wool shop there. She's more of a crocheter than a knitter, but she has some lovely things. And Pigment and Ply is, I can't remember where they're based, but they're somewhere up north. And those are rather nice colours. Again, the lovely turquoise and stuff. So this is double knit as well. Perhaps I should do some, what do you call it, brioche knitting with those two together. That'd be nice, wouldn't they? Anyway, so that is me for this week. I will have lots of knitting and crochet to do and cooking courgettes. And I will be back with you next week. Do look out for more information about my courses and workshops. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.